Okay, I'm back. So we're going to talk about the Canon RF lenses. This is part 2 with 50 millimeter. And I'm just going to scroll down, okay? It's easier that way. So I was using different lenses, kit lens, and also the prime 50 millimeter. Only used 2 lenses for the Canon. But you can see how sharp it is. And I use the R6 Mark II on it. And that's a quickie on the Canon. And here we go. So this should be the last part. I'm just going to do a quick slideshow. So I've taken 3 pictures. One is the widest aperture, or highest aperture, whatever way you want to say it. So I used prime lenses and zoom lenses, Panasonic, Sigma, Leica. Panasonic, I had like the 50 millimeter f1.4 Pro and the 1.8. Had the zoom lens 20 to 60. That was on the S5 II. I had the I think it was what was it? The Sigma had like a 28 to 75, I think. Anyway, anything to do with 50 millimeters, I used it. So in this case, let's say if it was a 2.8, I would stop it down to a 5.6 to give it a different perspective on the lighting and the focusing to see if it's clearer. I really didn't see a difference. As you can see, I'm not going to explain each lens that I've used, but I used the Leica SL2S on this one. So like I said, I had Sigma lenses, I had Leica and Panasonic lenses. And if you look at the pictures, they all look sharp. Now, when you get to the 51.4, that's the brightest. I took quite a few pictures of my cat and my dog. So, total of 23 lenses that have the 50 millimeter focal length, prime and zoom. And I thought I'd try it out. They all look great. I just did 3 different, one with the Tiffany lamp and 2 with the smaller pictures on the cabinet. And you can see how sometimes it was real dark, sometimes it was real bright. After I got done with the L mount, I fixed it with the aperture, with the Nikon, because I had the ZF and I could use all the manuals and stuff, the dials and stuff like that. So I had an easier time. I'm going to go right back up to here, I think. That's a good shot, isn't it? I'm going to make it full screen. And that'll be my ending picture. So this is a quicker one, just to show you the different 50 millimeters. And now I'm going to show you the video. But I just want to say thank you for watching. Remember to stay safe, keep smiling. Until next time, I shall see you then. Watch the video. I'll end up with my little dog sleeping, and then I'll end up with my cat looking at us saying goodbye. Actually, with his eyes, he wants food. He's always hungry. So here's the video. Good night, folks. Have a wonderful weekend. Be safe. Memorial. Remember the veterans. Bye. So, with the ZF, I used the F to Z adapter number 2, and I used the only trouble I had was this lens right here. Okay, this is the Nikon AFI 50 millimeter f1.2. I also had trouble with the Tamron, the new 28-75 f2.8 Di3 VXD-G2. Okay, so I had to do some things where I put it in my settings for manual focusing, and then what I did was I used the 28-75 Z kind of like trick the camera so it would work with that. I had to reset the f-stop, manually. And what I did was, first was 2.8 or 1.2 on this lens, and then a 2.8 on this. And then when I went to 5.6, I had to put it manually there. That one, yeah, I had to do that also. So I didn't know that you have to have a little, what they call a pod or whatever, that connects to the lens, which also connects to the computer, to update the firmware on this 28-75 version 2. So now I'm going to have to buy that in order to get any firmware updates. The only thing is, when I looked on their site, they didn't have any updates for this lens. They had it for the Sony. So I don't know if you have to do it for the Sony also, use that firmware. I do not know. But those are the only two lenses I had trouble with. And as you can see, since I used all of them, I turned them upside down, except for these two, because I want to talk about those lenses. And it's done. So this is what I did. Right here with the 50 millimeter, either zoom or prime, I did at the lowest aperture, and only one lens was like a 6.3 at 50 millimeter, and one was at a 5.3. That was the lowest those two lenses can go at that 50 millimeter. But everything else was like 3.5, 1.2 to 2.8. You get the picture, f4. So that was my first shot. Second shot. Third shot. Okay? And I just repeated it. So either the lowest aperture and then 5.6. And then I had to, on certain lenses, especially the manual and the Nikon, I had to change the ISO. Just to get it up to like 6400, 1600, that's how bad it was. But it's all done. And now just to let you know that this is the end of the video, and I'll see you back in the studio where I'll sign off. And just to reiterate, I used the Nikon ZF, okay? I'm trying to get it in focus. There we go. Here's all the Nikon lenses, 10 of them. Here's 6. I'll take that back. 5 lenses for the Sony with the adapter I used with the Nikon ZF. I have the adapter on this camera now on the Z8 with the Sigma 16 to 28, just to show this video at the end. And of course, here's your Canon. I only had 2 lenses there. I had the 24 to 105 and the 15 millimeter. So I used the Sony basically either in the studio or on street photography. Canon, I don't know. Sometimes I take it with me for when I go on a trip, but basically it's either Nikon or Sony or the L mount now. I have 2 Panasonics, which is the S5 II and S5 IIX, and I have the Leica SL2S. And you can see I have 6 lenses right there: Sigma, Panasonic, and Leica. Zoom and primes. So zoom and primes for everything. There's my cat. He only wants one thing: food. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Any comments or questions, just put it down in the comment section below. Bye, folks.